Hey y'all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I just decided to pop on here for just a little bit. We're gonna get into some shenanigans. My little contribution to Thanksgiving is already done. I made my dressing. I made my homemade cranberry sauce and I made two pecan pies. Okay, we about to bring that over to the family's house. I did my contributions. Um yeah, maybe one of these years I want to host where I make everything, right? Cuz I absolutely love my dressing. I love my honey baked ham. I haven't made baked macaroni and cheese in a very long time, but my mother-in-law makes the best baked macaroni and cheese. It is goated. So I probably wouldn't make that. I'll just leave that for my mother-in-law to take care of. But yeah, I want to do it all. Look, if you guys did not know, making cranberry sauce from home it tastes miles better than you'll get in a can. I'm here to tell you, it's super easy to make and it tastes so much better. Like the flavor profile is through the roof much better. So I'm gonna give y'all the tea. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the tea on how to do it. This is all you need to do. Go to Sam's Club around this time because they have the cranberries there. You go to Sam's Club, you get a bag of cranberries. You only need one. Okay, depending on how big your family is, you only need one. What you do is you take them, you clean them off, you sort through them to get any of like the old ones out because they don't give a damn. They'll put some that are a little bit rotten, overripe. So you just need to go through, pick those out, put that into a pot. Okay, you're gonna put that into a pot with a little bit of water and some sugar. Okay, and then you're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, an orange. Okay, you're gonna squeeze the juice out of an orange. You're gonna get some of that orange zest. Okay, so make sure you wash your orange off. Get some of the orange zest. If you have a real lemon, get you some of that lemon zest in there as well. And then you're gonna let that simmer. Okay, just don't put a top on it because that's what I did yesterday and that thing bubbled over. I got so caught up in editing, I blanked out and it boiled over a little bit, but it was fine. It was fine. The cranberry sauce turned out fine. I just had to clean the stove. And you're gonna let that simmer reduce down. Okay. Once it reduces down, all you gotta do is pop it in the blender, high speed, blend it until it's smooth, put it into some type of dish that you can put in the fridge and then let it set overnight. It's going to be chef's kiss delicious. Okay, it's gonna taste way better than that you get in a can because it's fresh and you put some real love, heart, and soul into it. That's my little tip for today. Okay, my little tip for today. I will not be sharing my dressing recipe. Well, it's not really my recipe, it's my mom's, but I'm not going to share it. Well, I do it slightly different from my mom, so I guess it is mine. Okay, it's an alteration of my mom's. But shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up, Melody? What's up, Justin? What's up, Natalia? What's up, Rizza? What's up, Younger Ass? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's up, Ozzy? I was about to blend the names together. What's up, Ozzy? What's up, Dayton? All right, y'all. We are going to get into some shenanigans and talk about these crazy individuals. Okay, as you guys know, we are living in we're living in those times, you guys. Things are getting worse, it seems, rather than getting better. So, shout out to Daphne. Okay, this one is coming from the good sis Daphne, and she's talking about this video right here. So we're gonna read through her caption and then we're gonna watch the video. This is a hot mess. I've already seen the video. Absolutely disgusting. And as a boy mom, I'm disgusted. Okay, I was disgusted before I had my son. I'm still disgusted, if not more disgusted, because it's like, ew. Why are you guys treating your sons like this? Why are you adultifying your sons like this? Why are you turning your sons into your husbands? It's weird. It's creepy. Like I've been saying, we do not call broads predators enough. But this comes from Daphne, and she says, there is a dangerous pattern forming in today's culture where too many single mothers blur the emotional boundaries between themselves and their sons. Facts. I've seen this all over the internet. Remember, we reacted to a video kind of talking about this, where that one, and I had mentioned it, where that one mom, she had a son that was in high school or college or something like that. He was a football player. He won the game, and she ran up and jumped on him and wrapped her thought pocket around him. Ugh, like, girl, ew. It's insane. It's disgusting. Boy mom talk it's sick. If you're gonna go over there, just understand you're gonna be rage baited, and it's gonna be disgusting, and it's gonna be sick. Let's see. A young boy telling his mom she looks sexy is not cute. Exactly. Exactly. Like, the word sexy should never be, in a sentence where you're talking about your child or your child is talking about you. That word should not be present whatsoever if you are bringing up the word sexy and it has to do with you. It has to do with your children. It's disgusting. It's predatory. And then we wonder why the kids are out here behaving the way that they do. Their parents are adultifying them in all ways, all shapes, all fashions. And this is just one aspect of it. It's not cute, empowering, or harmless. It's evidence of a child who has not been taught the difference between admiration and adult language. Exactly. Let's not pretend we don't know what sexy means. Okay, sexy, it involves, or it is related to sexuality. It's related to grown folk business. So let's not pretend like it doesn't have a meaning. Healthy parenting requires structure, guidance, and clear lines. A mother is not her son's best friend. Emotional husband, I guess, this sentence needs to be fixed. So the son is not her best friend, emotional husband, or stand-in partner. She is his parent. When those roles get confused, the child grows up carrying emotional burdens he was never meant to carry. Facts. Speak on it, sis. And the mother ends up encouraging dynamics that would be condemned if the roles were reversed. If a grown man said the same thing to a little girl, society wouldn't hesitate to call it inappropriate and criminal. Like I said, we don't call these broads predators enough. Okay, we don't call these broads predators enough, and let's be so for real here. This is something that's perpetuated by not only women, it's also perpetuated by men. How many times do we get on here and we see these teachers that are screwing the students? And if you look under the comments section, you're gonna see men saying, "Oh, I wish she was my teacher." You're perpetuating a bunch of nonsense when you say that. Okay? And then we wonder why SA amongst men is not taken seriously, because the women don't take it seriously and then the men don't take it seriously. So it leaves men that are victims of SA in a very terrible space, because who can they run to? Who can they run to and talk to about these problems? If they go to women, the women are going to clown them. If they go to men, the men are going to clown them. So we really need to change the way we view this topic of SA, especially when it relates to the woman being the predator. Start holding these broads accountable. Protecting children means teaching boundaries, not bending them. Kids repeat what they're exposed to. Facts. They need discipline, direction, age-appropriate language. Exactly. Parenting is a responsibility, not a friendship. She is a predator. Say it louder for the people in the back. Absolutely say it louder for the people in the back. And, to build on this, kids repeat what they're exposed to. Guess what? The same people raising these kids are crazy as cat shit. They got issues. How are they going to teach healthy boundaries when they don't have any of them damn selves? That's why we need to start gatekeeping who's having kids, because my goodness. Now, let me fix the audio so you guys can hear, because this is sick. This is absolutely sick.
Beautiful. Thank you. Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful. Thank you. Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful. Thank you.
This goofy, disgusting little heifer. You can't find no man your own size. So now what you're doing, you're raising your son to give you that validation that you should be getting from a man, that you should be getting from your man, but you don't have a man. And I wonder why. Actually, I don't wonder why. What I am wondering is why his daddy isn't coming and getting him. I would bring this video straight to the courthouse and I would be getting 100% custody over my child. Bitch, you get visitation that is supervised. Because what kind of behaviors do you have to engage in for your son to come up to you and say that? Not only that, you're filming it and then you're putting it online and you're getting this goofy ass smile on your face about the whole thing, about your son looking at you in a sexualized manner. And look, maybe the child doesn't see it in a sexualized manner. Maybe the child doesn't understand that. They just hear their mom, they hear the TV, they hear in the music, they hear all of this. Or maybe she coached him to say this for this video. I don't know. Either way, it's disgusting. Either way, you're not teaching your son, like Daphne said, healthy boundaries. And then we wonder why the kids are all messed up because they're being raised by excuse my language. I'm getting emotional. They're getting raised by bird brain broads like this. That's why. And then these same broads, guess what? They mess up their daughters too. They mess up their daughters too. So it's dysfunction that's going to continue to compound upon itself. And then we're going to see this continue to get worse. It's only going to get better if people start breaking these cycles. But nobody wants to do that. We want to turn a blind eye to it. We want to laugh it off like it's a joke. Oh, look, he called his mom sexy. It's not a fucking joke. It's really not. Let's see. Some of these women had kids to keep that man and to wear motherhood as a jacket for attention. Facts. Not because they genuinely want to nurture or help their child grow. I agree. Let's see. This next person says, it has nothing to do with a man not being in the home. Apparently, too many have been in the home. Very interesting. Very interesting, I am her. She said, it has nothing to do with a man not being in the home. Apparently, too many men have been in the home. Kids often repeat the things that they hear and see. She could have corrected him. That's it. Just correct him and have the little talk. But guess what? She don't want to correct it. She thinks it's cute. She thinks it's cute. And like I said, she might have coached him to say this for this video. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. But she does have a point about bringing men in and out in the house. And then they're hearing the man say this to the mom and then repeating it. There's a lot of different angles we could look at this and a lot of different explanations for why this child is speaking this way to his mother. Ew. Let's see. Next person says, we just cooked. Everything they did to us worked. Sad. But what you gonna do? This was the outcome of Nixon, Steinem, Hoover, Atwater, Reagan, etc. You could add a lot more to that list. Okay, it's not just the Republicans, it's the Democrats too. They did this. You know what? I'm tired. You know what? Let me take a step back. Yes, there were psyops put against us. Okay, there were psyops put against everybody. I believe everybody's been manipulated, whether it's us, whether it's the immigrants that come here, whether it's the white folks that are foundational to here, just like us foundational Black Americans. I feel like there have been psyops put against all of us, and we've all taken the bait so many times. But like I've said before, at a certain point, you need to start taking accountability, because guess what? They could put that out there. You don't have to fall for it. We don't have to fall for it. We could push back. We could think for ourselves. We can make better choices. So look, we can understand where the seeds were planted, but we also have to understand that we watered those seeds. Okay, we watered those seeds of dysfunction. So we can't put everything on the psyop. We have to take accountability for buying into it. If we didn't buy into it, they could psyop all day long, and they would have to actually actively, physically come in and harm us to get the outcome that they want. But they didn't have to do that. Why? Because we bought into the psyop and we adopted it, and now the dysfunction is compounding upon itself. Fatherless women grooming weird ass kids. Speak on it. Now there is a possibility that she did have a father in her life. You know, dysfunction can happen anywhere. What was it? Jeffrey Dahmer, he had both his parents. So I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, it's just everyone under here, I haven't seen any comments defending it, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We don't see, or I didn't see any comments right at the top defending this foolishness. So look, we need to understand that these type of heifers, they need to start getting cases put on them. Fathers, if you have video evidence of these broads doing this to your sons, I'm gonna need you to take that evidence to the courthouse and present it to the judge and tell them, I want full custody of my son. Make this broad pay child support and get supervised visits. Because if this is your son and you're not here trying to get him, then you're part of the problem too. You're allowing your child to be in this situation. And look, I understand sometimes the court is not in your favor, but at least you're trying. If you're not trying, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any, well, she's keeping my kid from me. If you're not trying, if you're not down there at the courthouse trying to get your kid, I don't want to hear none of this. She's keeping my kid. You're keeping your kid from you because you're not even trying. At least try. So anyone, any man that has a son or a daughter, okay, because these broads, they ruin their daughters too. Any father that has their child in a situation with a heifer like this, I'm gonna need you to take the evidence, take it to the courthouse, file that paperwork to get 100% custody of your children, because that is your legacy. That is your legacy. Do not let this heifer ruin your legacy. Let's go ahead and move on. This situation was insane. Okay, this situation was absolutely insane. I watched America's Next Top Model like religiously. When I was growing up, America's Next Top Model was the show, you guys. I was tuning in religiously. So it's sad to see some of the girlies going out bad. It's so sad. Now this is Penguin Zero Moist Critical. He's reacting to it, but he has the footage. Okay, he has the footage that I want to watch. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Insomnia is beating my ass like it owes me money. Sandman must be too busy out there honking boobies to come pay old Charles a visit. He's a little too preoccupied, I suppose.
His openings are always like super funny like this. It's the mixture of his tone of voice and then that he's saying. It's always crazy. His opening is always some crazy, but in the most monotone voice you've ever heard, making it so like, I don't know.
I just can't get sleepy. That's alright. It is what it is. I don't hold a grudge about it. But what I did notice just a minute ago is that Matt sent me a message that I missed earlier today. So imagine my surprise when I took a peek there and noticed that I didn't respond to something because I didn't see it from him. It was this wacky little clip here that I actually kind of want to yap about. It's a stream clip from a streamer named Plaqueboy Max who was out in public letting people know that they should vote for him at the Streamer Awards, and he happened to run into a former America's Next Top Model winner. I think they were a winner. I'm not.
No, she wasn't a winner. Okay, she wasn't a winner. I think she was in like the top 4, but she was not the winner of that season.
Entirely sure. I decided to look it up. The old curious cat over here. She did not win America's Next Top Model. As far as I can tell from researching it, she got 3rd. Doesn't matter one way or the other. But what happened is He ran into her on stream. It was a holly jolly good time. They were having fun back and forth for a little bit. And then she wanted to film an Instagram video showcasing him and telling her fans, like, let's support him. And then while doing that, she asked if he's going to kiss her. And what happens next will shock you, like a fucking Darman video.
And see, this is the problem. We want to get on here and talk about me too. Oh my God, these men. They can't keep their hands to themselves. Oh my God, they violate. But then, these same broads love to violate men. I don't know how many dudes that I've talked to where, they've told me stories about women when they're in the club grabbing their junk. Okay, grabbing their kit and caboodle. The whole shebang. Just randomly grabbing it in the club. Didn't even talk to the broad. She just walked up and just cupped his kibbles and bits. Like I said before, we don't call women predators enough. And I find it so funny that we want to talk all this about catcalling. Oh, they whistled at me. Oh my God. They said things to me. Oh my God. But then we expect men to just accept all of our advances, right? So we have an issue with men propositioning us and for us having to say no. But then when we proposition a man, he's just supposed to say yes. He better say yes or he's gay. How does that work? So what we need to understand is that a lot of this stuff is very one-sided. A lot of these same broads that will get on here and talk about Me Too and how we need to consent and all this other stuff, they don't actually care about consent, right? It's one-sided. You should accept all of their advances, but the moment you give an advance or you approach them, then you're a creep. We don't call women creeps enough. We really don't.
What's your name?
Should I put you on my stories right
yes,
now?
Yes, yes, you
Support
should.
your black business?
100%.
We're here with
Black Boy Max. Black Boy Max. Y'all know what time it is. All platforms.
all platforms. You
Make
gotta
sure y'all
support
vote.
him.
Oh, upside down. Make sure y'all vote. Vote. Exercise the right MLK fought for. Vote.
Period.
All platforms. Grammys and Streamer of the Year. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, are you gonna
Yes.
give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't.
And see, here's the thing. Did a little research. This man got a whole girlfriend. And even if he didn't have a girlfriend, he has every right to say, I want to kiss your ass. And see, she's slighted because, a lot of women, especially women that have accomplished things, they have this perception of themselves where it's like, I'm so great, any man would be lucky. Okay? And it's okay to have confidence in yourself. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. It is okay to be confident within yourself. However, when that confidence turns into arrogance and it turns into entitlement, then we got a problem. Okay? We got a whole problem. You see, you could even see, well, wait, you can't see because the fake cam. Let me remove the fake cam for a second. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's like, well, wait, you couldn't see my face now. She's like, it's not the diss that you think it is. Him not wanting to kiss you is not a diss. It's just him not wanting to kiss you. So she's feeling some type of way because it's like, oh my God, do you see me? Do you know who I am? You should want to kiss me on the cheek. You should want to do this. If this was really about supporting a black business, right? Then you would have never propositioned him to kiss you. You would have focused on, hey, what is it that you have going on? Let's hype that up. Let's garner support. And it would have been that. But it had nothing to do with that. Her posting it or filming it had nothing to do with actually supporting him. It had everything to do with her gaining a little bit of clout for herself. She saw an opportunity and, getting this young up and comer to kiss her on the cheek is going to make her more desirable. It's gonna make her seem like she still got it. A lot of these older broads, because she is an older broad at this point. Okay, a lot of these older broads, they want to prove that they still got it. This man way younger than you. First of all, you shouldn't be asking him to kiss you in the first place because you don't know this man. He could have herpes. I'm not saying that he does, but I'm just saying I don't understand this idea of I want to get kissed by random strangers that I don't know. You don't know what they have. They don't know what you have. It's gross across the board. But look, it's just, this had nothing. Her filming this had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with genuinely wanting to support his business. Because if that was the case, she would have never asked him to kiss her. It had everything to do with, I still got it. Just, ugh. Let's see. Oh my God. David, you said, just look at what happened at the Dark Fantasy event. A man was so badly he threw up. Were those women held accountable? No. That's disgusting. They asked me to be in jail. They need to be under the jail. That's disgusting. My goodness. Let's see. Dayton, you said Max has a new girlfriend, so that could be why he didn't want to kiss her either. Exactly. But guess what? He doesn't need a reason. He genuinely, like, I don't have to explain to you why I don't want you. It's just, you should take they're not interested, and then keep it pushing. But that's what a lot of folks don't want to do, men and women alike. They need an explanation. Why don't you want me? I don't need to explain to you. Unless we've been in a long-term relationship and I'm ending the relationship, then I can understand you want an explanation. I can understand that. If I'm just seeing you out and about, or I'm sitting at the club and I just say, look, I'm not interested, I don't owe you an explanation as to why. I really don't. People think that they are so entitled to you. And I'm saying people because I mean people. They think that they are so entitled to you that you better have a good explanation as to why you don't want me. You have to justify. I don't have to justify a damn thing. He doesn't have to have a reason. He doesn't have to present a reason as to why he didn't want to kiss her. He didn't want to kiss her, and that's the end of it. But is it the end of it? It never is. What's up, Highway 20?
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what?
I can't. Love though. I'm out. Oh my God. What the fuck?
He declined the kiss. He said, I don't see no mistletoe. No thank you, ma'am. And excused himself from the situation there. Her perspective, I'll go ahead and show you her clip here so you can see her side of things.
And streamer of the year. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, are you going to give me a little switch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what? I respect
I can't. Love though.
I respect it. No, you don't. You don't respect it. You don't respect it. That look on your face shows that you don't respect it. Hell, you asking him already shows that you do not respect him. Why you ask this man you don't know to kiss you on the cheek? It's like, it's almost like, you know how they talk about Harvey Weinstein, right? And I'm not saying this is at the same magnitude, but just hear me out. How it's like, oh, well, you do something strange and then I put you in a good movie. Oh, I'm doing this for you. You can give me a kiss on the cheek. You can give mama a kiss. Girl, what the hell is wrong with you? He shouldn't have to do some type of favor for you to put him on your social media. Let's be so for real here. Oh, I'm doing this for you. You can give me a kiss? Gross. Absolutely gross.
Goodbye. Sir, I wish him the best. Wish you the best, young man. The gag is that I wasn't even going to allow him to. Now the question is, do we post it on the ground?
You see what I mean? Your ego's hurt. Well, I wasn't going to allow him anyways. That's just like them dudes. That's just like them dudes that'll do the cat calling. They'll be like, yeah, you look good, shawty, da-da-da-da-da. Can I get your number? They talk all this rah-rah. And then you say, I'm not interested. Well, you ain't fine anyways. You ugly anyways. You this anyways. This is what it's giving. Well, I wasn't gonna let him kiss me anyways. That's the gag. Because she feels slighted. She feels like her pride, her ego has been hurt. So that's why she's like, wait, I gotta reclaim my ego. I wasn't gonna let him kiss me anyways. Girl, get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here. You think any of us believe that? Maybe your bum ass friends who aren't gonna tell you the truth, they'll hype you up. But even in the back of their mind, they probably like, damn, she got curved. No one actually believes any of this. I wasn't gonna. Well, then why'd you ask? Then why'd you ask? It goes back to what I said. This had nothing to do with supporting his black business. Because if it did, then you wouldn't try to do this gotcha to make him look silly. Because think about it. If he had have reached in to give you this kiss on the cheek, and that was your plan all along, even though it wasn't, if that was your plan all along, oh, I wasn't going to let him kiss me anyways, then you're going to support his business by also embarrassing him? Like, you thought I was going to let you kiss me. How is that supporting his black business and posting that online? It's not. So every way you slice it, sis, we know the game. We know you were not intending to actually support his business. This was all about you and your damn ego.
I'm assuming after...
And even again, I'm not going to post it. So what does it say? What does that say? He didn't kiss me, so I'm not going to post it. Well, clearly she did. But not for that purpose. Again, like I said, this had nothing to do with supporting his black business. All of that was cappity cap. Can't stand these bras.
After having a hard think on it, she ultimately decided to post it on the gram, is my guess, considering I've now just seen the clip here that she was filming. She's claiming that it was supposed to be a gag, where she wasn't even going to allow him to kiss her. That's an interesting maneuver. I haven't seen that line in chess before, quite the gambit. Why would that be the gag? Is the joke supposed to be like humiliating the person you do that to? Like, are you gonna give me a kiss? I guess. Idiot loser! You thought I'd let you kiss me? Ha!
And that's supporting black business. That's supporting black excellence. To embarrass him. If that was your intention. It wasn't her intention. She genuinely wanted that man to kiss her on the cheek. When he curved her, then she had to regain. She had to rebuild her ego. Well, I wasn't going to let you kiss me anyways. Girl, if you don't get your creep ass on.
Like, I don't get what the gag is there. That's very odd, if that truly was the plan. But regardless, what happened is he said no, and she was very upset about it. She made a series of follow-up videos that get really off the rails, like actually pretty wild stuff.
Top of the morning to you. I'm going to say this to Plaque Boy and your entire team, because I walked up to you with 2 witnesses, okay, after his fumble of, just complete.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this from a genuine place in my heart. And I'm not saying that she has this done. Ladies, do not get Botox. Stop putting botulism into your forehead. It looks crazy. It looks insane. I'm not saying she has that. I'm not her medical doctor. I don't have her medical history. I'm just saying, do not put that botulism in your forehead. It looks a mess.
Lack of humility and lack of a lot of stuff, okay? I walked up to you, Mr. Videographer, after even offering yo ass a job. I don't care what he's paying you.
She hit us with the Jacksepticeye top of the morning to you, and then calls what Plaque Boy Max did a fumble, and then tries to say it demonstrated a lack of humility from the way that he departed from their conversation. Like, she found it, like, in poor taste to leave the way he did. And then she talks about the videographer, where she even says that she offered him a job. Doesn't care what he's being paid, she offered him a job. Why would you do that? You just met these guys. What? I don't. There's a whole lot here that I'm not really able to wrap my noodle around.
And the reason why is because it's illogical. It don't make no damn sense. She has this inflated ego of herself. She thinks because she was on a show back in what, 2005? 20 years later, she thinks she still has the clout. And even then, you didn't have the clout like that, honey. The only person on that show that really had clout were the judges, Tyra Banks. That's about it. Okay? So, let's be so for real here. You are a reality television star. Okay? Let's not pretend like we're just the Queen of England now. You're not. Okay? A lot of us thought you disappeared. We didn't know what the hell you had going on. Maybe you have your niche community that follows you, but most of us, all we have is that snapshot of you back in 2005. I think that's the year it was. Let's be so for real here. Most of us were not checking for you. We weren't even thinking about you. Maybe we thought about you when the whole scandal came out, with Tyra, but that was more so because of Tyra being toxic on her show, not so much about you. So she's saying all this again to recover because her ego was hurt. She had a narcissistic injury. So now she has to fight tooth and nail to heal herself. And not really heal herself, but to heal her perception, the way she's perceived. Well, I was going to give him a job. See, all of it is just trying to assert some type of dominance, some type of superiority to the situation and to the people involved. That's all this is. So we have to recognize that this is just coming from a place of my ego was hurt. Now I have to do everything I can to bring the people who hurt my ego down so that they are below me again. Well, at least in her mind. Okay?
Why would you be offering the videographer a job when you don't even know who the streamer is? She says multiple times she has no idea who Blackboy Max is. Thus, I would have to imagine she also probably doesn't know the videographer. Why is she randomly just trying to, poach him from Blackboy Max?
So, even being logical about it, you don't even know if he does good work. How do you know he's a good videographer? He could be terrible at his job. I was gonna give him a job. How do you know he's good at his job? Did you see his footage? Did you guys have this whole interaction where you saw his footage and you saw his work and all this stuff? No, this didn't happen. It didn't happen. You're just yapping. You're yapping to try to recover from that narcissistic injury. Shout out to Blunt Girly. You're trying to recover from this narcissistic injury that you incurred because you asked him for a kiss and made yourself look stupid.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's kind of just a weird thing to even mention here in the first place.
And you guys were filming stuff obnoxiously with every single person who recognized him. I don't even know this guy. I literally am running an empire right now and have no clue who. I don't have X and don't even have the time to log in and sign up.
What the?
You see what I mean? All this belittling for no damn reason. Girl. Now, let's look at this again from another angle because she keeps talking herself into a deeper hole. Now you're saying, oh, he was obnoxious. Then why did you walk up to him to film with him? If I see someone being obnoxious, the last thing I'm going to do is involve myself with that person. I'm going to walk past as fast as I can. If you're saying he was being obnoxious, then why did you approach him to film with him? Again, it doesn't make sense. What's up, Gabby? Hey, sis. What's up, Forrest? Gabby says she was the crazy girl on the season. Yaya won. If she was crazy on the show, she's still crazy now. Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, it's probably gotten worse.
The fuck does that have to do with anything? I mean, congratulations, I guess, for not having X. That's admirable, I suppose, but what does any of that have to do with this tantrum that you're throwing because he declined the kiss and left? Keep in mind, Blackboy Max, that was the end of this whole interaction, and he probably forgot it ever even happened until she started going on this, like, massive rant about it. About how she doesn't even know who this guy is. It was so obnoxious, yet she wanted to give his videographer another job.
See, this is the part that's so crazy about people, is that you'll have interactions with folks, right? And you'll think it was so harmless, and they're sitting over there ruminating about it. They're sitting over here doing think pieces in their own mind, TED Talks in their own mind about that interaction that you had with them. And it's completely one-sided. And then you wonder why people come at you with crazy energy, or why people come at you and they start, talking crazy to everybody else about you, because they've created this whole thing in their mind off of a simple interaction. It's absolutely insane. And if you've ever had that happen to you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. let's be so effing for real. Let's see, Twin Bleaks, you said, what empire is she running exactly? Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is absolutely as good as mine. I have no idea. Let's see, what's up, it's Bryce. You said, so glad I found your channel. Watching your videos and lives made me change my perspective on life. Keep up with the phenomenal work. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. I'm glad that my content has helped you. I really do. I really do. That didn't even make sense in the sentence. You would think that there was something in this. This is just lemonade. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And I'm glad that my content was able to affect you in a positive way.
Wanted to steal his videographer for her own business. And she's talking about like how busy she is running her empire, doesn't have the time to even learn who this guy is, just a plebeian to her because she's too successful. Did you know she was on America's Next Top Model? Like, I don't even understand where this is coming from.
So, I walked up to you after his little outburst. He probably don't even date black women.
What?
Anything. See, again, narcissistic injury. She has to rationalize it because it's not that I'm wrong. It's not that there's something wrong with me that he didn't want to kiss me. Oh, it's, I wasn't going to kiss him anyways, and he likes white girls. He probably likes white girls, so that's why. It has nothing to do with me. He's the problem. It's his problem that he doesn't want to kiss me on the cheek, even though I don't know this man. He don't know me. Well, he probably likes white girls. Bitch, what? What does that have to do with anything? And I think his girlfriend's like a light-skinned, maybe biracial black woman. She looks like she has a little black in her. I looked up. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Where did I see it? What's his name? Black Boy Max girlfriend. Let's see. Well, I don't know about this. Okay, so I saw two videos pop up when I looked at this, and one was like the dark history of Black Boy's girlfriend. I don't know, but she looks like she could be a biracial black girl, like maybe she's mixed. I don't know. She got something in her. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Even if he did date white girls, what does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with anything. Justin, you so silly. Talking about I look biracial. Guess what? We look alike, so you look biracial too. People tell me and Justin that we look like siblings all the time, so that means you look biracial too. And I wasn't saying that to be a dig. I'm just saying.
Well, again, where is this even coming from? Just because he didn't accept your, kiss offer gag, all of a sudden now she's saying, oh, he just probably doesn't date black women. What the fuck? Like, this is so...
GC, hold on. I didn't come from China, okay? I went there briefly and came back, okay? We FBA over here, GC. We are FBA over here.
weird.
But I said to you guys very clearly, please don't use that footage. And I don't know what collegiate level you guys are at, if you guys went to college or whatever. But I asked you not to use that footage. Not
So that's tantamount to Justin walking behind me and saying something while I'm live streaming, and then later being like, please don't use that footage. Broad, he was live streaming. How the hell he's supposed to not use the footage? The footage was out there the moment you stepped into the footage. What you mean, don't use that footage? It's a live stream. That means it's happening in real time. There might be a few second delay, but it's happening in real time. What you mean? Don't use that footage. Girl. You talking about collegiate level, but you don't understand what a live stream is.
Not only did you use the footage, but out of everybody there, you talked to a lot of people. We heard you a mile away. That was the only footage that you used.
This is another part that's a little confusing to me with what she's referring to here. It's a stream, so the footage is being used by default. Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's already broadcast, so her asking not to use it, the ship's kind of already sailed. Maybe she means like he used it elsewhere, but I can't find it anywhere else. It truly has lived as just a stream moment from him. The only one that's using this whole situation anywhere else is her. So I'm just a little baffled with what she's even talking about in regards to this. And she's saying that out of everybody there, hers is the only one that they used. Where? What did they use it for? Like a fucking billboard advertisement somewhere? Like, where are they using it? I don't see it unless she's seeing, like, clips from it floating around.
And they're probably getting the clips. You know, and see, you can't be mad at people for clipping it. You acted a damn fool. You showed your ass. And people who watched that stream, who got a kick out of it, yes, they're probably going to clip you and then post it everywhere, which is exactly what happened. And your response to it just made it worse. It made it so much worse. If you had just left it alone, okay, if you had just left it alone, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. There might have been a few people that brought it up, but they would have moved on. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But you thumb thugging and you're making it worse. I forget the phenomenon that this is like the Streisand effect or something like that, where the more you talk about it, the worse it gets. Like, just shut up and it'll go away. Something like that.
And then misunderstanding where that's coming from. Because as far as I can tell, it's not like Plaqueboy Max or his team is like, you know, plastering this all over the place to try and besmirch her name or anything. The only one that is attacking anyone here is her to Plaqueboy Max. And in fact, on his stream, he did like address this saying, hey, all love, this is kind of weird, especially because she threatens a lawsuit. He's like, hey, don't really know why we're talking about that. This is weird. All love, though. Like, he's the one that's trying to, like, calm everything down.
And I verbally told you not to use it. I have so many things going on right now that I don't have time to take you to court, but I dare you. I dare you to try me. Because now,
Like those people that say, I have lawyers. And the only lawyer they have is a court-appointed lawyer that they had in their case when they fucked up and they with the law. This is saying about, I have a lawyer. Get the fuck up out of here. Get the heck up out of here. I don't have the time. Bitch, why are you filming this? Why are you filming this? And like, If you didn't have the, clearly you have the time. You had the time to stop and talk to him in the first place. You had time to sit here and clap back at him. You apparently have time. And based on what you said, you had time to go and talk to the videographer and offer him a job. You got nothing but time, sis. In fact, you might have too much time. Idle hands.
Now you are taking up my time. This 3 minutes that it's taken to post this, I could have been making money.
Yeah, there's a
How is he? See, this is what I'm talking about. Broads never hold themselves accountable. He didn't force you to record this. He didn't ask you to record this. This is you, sis. You did that. Now you're forced. He didn't force you to do a damn thing. You could have left it alone. Well, he made me do it. How? He's off minding the business that pays him while you over here minding him. And it's not paying you. Like, what are we talking about here?
ton of income you can generate in 3 minutes. That's true. Yeah, he's going to be liable for damages in that lawsuit, too, for that extra 3 minutes that was spent with these Instagram reels she was posting. That's going to be up there in the tens of dollars, potentially. So, be careful with this law.
He's so stupid. He'd be up there in the tens of dollars. Man.
Lawsuit that she's like vaguely tiptoeing around, saying, "Try me, and you'll be hearing from my lawyers, pal. You best hang on to your britches, Buster, if you want to try me here." Try you for what, though? What, like, why would he do that? Like, what would he even be, like, attempting to go after you for? There's nothing here. You're the only one that is making a big deal out of things here and bringing up, like, a lawsuit. You're so busy, but, you know, if you swing for the fences here, she'll have to carve time away from her busy day running an empire to get the legal system involved.
What exactly do you think you're gonna get out of that? Did he force the camera into your face and film you without your consent? No, you walked up to him. You're not gonna, like, even if you tried to do something legal with this, you're not getting anywhere with that. You initiated the interaction. So what are we talking about here? It's just bros will do anything. Let's see. I want to get to another part of her response because she just kept talking. She just kept going in and in and in and in. She just doesn't know how to shut the hell up. Like I said, narcissistic injury.
His Instagram, I don't even know who gave him the idea. Do you know the connotation behind the word plaque? And I don't know if this is maybe a different kind of plaque that you're talking about. Maybe it's a different one. But the first thing I thought of, because I don't think he has any real plaques, was plaque on your teeth, okay?
Got him. Your name sounds like plaque on teeth. Oh, Gotti. Girl, get your old ass on. Like, you're making yourself look stupid. Do you, like, is it not registering? Is it not clocking? You're looking ridiculous. You keep obsessing and ruminating over this man who is paying you dust. I think he responded to her, like, briefly in a live stream and was just like, look, I don't know what's going on here. You're doing too much. Like, girl, you talk about you have all these things to do. You're running an empire. You have all these different things to do. Then why is he on your mind and you're sitting here thinking about how his name sounds like plaque on teeth? I thought you had so many other things to do. I thought you were so busy. If you're so busy, then why are you thinking about this? Why are you talking about this? Why are you filming this? Why are you doing any of these behaviors if you're so busy and you're running an empire? Okay? Just nonsense. All of this is absolute nonsense. Goodness gracious.
Oof, shit. Now it's getting real nasty. Saying you don't have any plaques, So the plaque I thought of was plaque on your teeth. Jesus. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, yikes. That's rough. Like, this is, like, again, this is all over nothing. All he did was just not give you a kiss.
Dayton, you brought up a good point. You're talking about plaque on his teeth, but you wanted him to kiss you? Get the heck up out of here. Exactly, Anitra. We claim men can't handle rejection, but this is how a lot of women deal with a guy not wanting them as well. Facts. Speak on it. Speak on it. Broads can't handle rejection either. This is a human thing. This is absolutely a human phenomenon. People can't stand rejection. You reject a woman rejects a man. You ain't ish. You a bitch anyways. It's all this rah rah. Man rejects woman. Well, you must be gay. Da 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 da. Like, just take the rejection and keep it moving. I don't understand getting so bent out of shape over rejection, right? Because it's like, I didn't waste my time. You didn't waste your time. I know that this isn't a thing. I can move on. The real problem arises when people who don't like you date you and they waste your time and they DV and they do all of this because they hate you, but they're in a relationship with you. That's when it's really a problem. Okay? That's when it's really a problem. Somebody telling you up front that this isn't a thing, that is a blessing because you're not wasting your time. And guess what? They're not getting into a relationship with you to hurt you and harm you. I don't understand why people can't take rejection.
Play into your scheme where you'd like pseudo offer a kiss only to say, it's not allowed to happen. He just said no outright, and I guess foiled that. And now it's blown up into like fucking 4 different videos she's made about it, like very upset.
You maybe want to understand the connotation and the vibration that certain words carry through society. I don't give a damn about who you think you are or any of your followers.
I gotta pause real quick because we gotta give an official funeral to the word vibration.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. There's a lot of things that get overused. I use some of these things as well. For instance, crash out. I think we use crash out way too often. But let's be so for real here. Girl, you talking about how you don't give a damn. You give too many damns. That's the problem. You care way too much. You give too many damns. I'm going to need you to actually care less. Okay? I'm going to need you to actually care less because, girl, you're going out bad. This is a plaque on your teeth. You don't have any plaques. It's just plaque on your teeth. Girl, you don't get the heck up out of here. I think there was one more thing that she said here that was crazy work.
Walked away from me so disrespectfully, and it doesn't matter about America's Next Top Model. You don't ever depart from a real woman in that nature, ever. You played yourself, and good luck with that Grammy. Good luck. I really genuinely hope you get it, because that's probably going to be the height of everything that you get, but that's not none of my business. It's between you and God.
Let me get this still shot of Moist Critical off, because that was a bit sus looking. Yeah, getting a Grammy would be the height of a lot of people's career and life. It's a effing Grammy. The height of yours is being runner-up on a reality TV show. That's the height of your life, your career. That's why you're crashing out like this. Ladies, let's not go out bad like this. It's okay to just admit, right? It's okay for you to admit that your feelings were hurt. Just be vulnerable. I say this all the time. Like, you would have been better off just saying, oh yeah, that kind of hurt my ego a little bit, and then move on. People can understand that, right? We can understand you put yourself out there, you get rejected, and it hurts your ego a little bit. It's okay for you to just come out, be vulnerable, and say that. But everybody feels like they have to put on airs and pretend like nothing affects them, that they don't care, when they truly do. That's why you're making video after video after video about it. You're better off just admitting you do care. You're better off just being human and just saying, look, it hurt my feelings a little bit, but it's all good. And then just move on. But folks can't do that. They have to protect their ego because their ego is all that they have. So yeah, this is sad. It's sad. I hate to see the girlies from America's Next Top Model going out bad like this, because my goodness. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's see. This is Jew Almighty. And this happened recently. It was Twitter exposed major MAGA influencers as foreign agents. Now, I want to make a correction to this. It wasn't just MAGA. There were people on the left as well that got exposed. But oftentimes when you talk to different people or they have their platforms, more times than not, it's going to be one-sided, right? More times than not, it's going to be like, oh, well, this side did this. Oh, well, that side did that. As opposed to just recognizing that this was something that was happening across the board. There were people on both the left and the right that were exposed for being Nigerian, that were exposed for being, from China, or just all these different places. So it was very interesting. And I'm glad that it got exposed, because you have some people that will get out here and talk all this stuff about, oh, yeah, America this, and yeah, we need to be patriots, and yeah, our country. This ain't your country. You don't even live here. Half the time, you probably haven't even been here. And this kind of feeds also into, right? It feeds also into that dead internet theory. So a lot of the interactions that we have online are with bots. More times than not, in the comment section, you're going to find a lot of bots rage baiting and trying to get you to keep interacting with them. It's all over the internet. I think they said, what was it like? It was either like 40 or 60%. I'm not sure which number it is, but it was like 40 or 60% of internet activity is literally bots. So dead internet theory is real. That's why don't let people rage bait you. Okay, do not let people rage bait you. It's one thing if you're just having fun and you're just typing away just to, clap back, and you're not taking it to heart. You're not really investing yourself into it. It's another thing to actually let these people get you mad, because more times than not, they might not even be people.
It's fake, y'all.
Ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, it has become a right-wing, alt-right cesspool, where racism thrived and right-wing MAGA political narratives were boosted by the algorithm. And the biggest profiles on the platform were ones that were dividing the country. After an update to the platform that revealed the locations of profiles,
A bunch of MAGA accounts have been exposed as foreign-made on Twitter after Twitter turned on a setting that essentially shows where accounts were originally created.
a huge number of major influential political accounts were just exposed as foreign propaganda pages.
Do you guys feel sad for MAGA now that they know that 70 to 90% of their influencer friends on Twitter are just MAGA bots from other nations? Yeah, actually, this number could be higher due to VPN masking, which is even more wonderful.
And we're talking profiles with hundreds of thousands to millions of followers from places like Nigeria, India, Russia, and Germany, all using fake American identities while intentionally polarizing U.S. users. And these accounts weren't just political either. Tons of pages got exposed that were keeping a rap beef between Kendrick and Drake alive. There were pages designed to just shit on black men while praising white men. And other profiles that just specialize in demonizing the black community altogether. Nasty work. But of course, once the locations for these pages were revealed, people started waking up and realizing that they have been buying into propaganda from foreign nations. Imagine arguing for months, sometimes years, about American politics, relationships, or the character of black people with random accounts pretending to be American, only to realize you were arguing and tweeting with somebody halfway around the world that.
And see, like I said, one-sided, okay? I gave a chance to speak, but from the title I already knew. But we actually watched. We're not ABBA. We're going to actually watch and see what people say. So, yeah, like I said, one-sided. They found accounts on all sides of the aisle engaging in this behavior. It's not just the rights, it's not just the MAGA, it's not just the racist. It's literally every single community is inundated with bots, right? So you had left-wing, liberal, pro-black, pro-woman, all of this. A lot of different accounts across the board got exposed, right? So, that's just something, and this is all I really wanted to touch on as far as this goes, is just understand that the people you're interacting with online, sometimes they're not even people, and also the goal is to rage bait you. It's to piss you off. It's to make you upset and waste your time, because it's twofold, right? One, they're garnering more interaction on their posts, so they're making money. Two, if we're spending so much time and energy arguing with people online about random shit, guess what we're not doing? Spending our time wisely. We're not spending our time getting some money. We're not spending our time actually getting change or advocating for real change, because understand, those Twitter arguments that you got in, those aren't going to affect policy, right? They're not actually going to influence policy that affects the rest of us. We're not, petitioning our mayors and our representatives. We're not raising our kids, apparently. Just a lot of different things. So it's twofold. It's not just they want to suck the time out of you so that they get $1 out of it, but also when your mind is so distracted with all this nonsense that you're going back and forth with people that don't even live here or bots, guess what? You're not doing the things to better your life. You're not giving energy towards bettering your life. Justin, you said those bots are paid by different industries to support different causes that boost their business. Facts. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these fat acceptance accounts were also fake. Now, obviously not the ones with the videos, because we can see their big ass on the screen. But, Justin, you said the music industry is a big one. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. So, that's just something that we need to keep in mind when we are online. Okay, when we're online, we have to understand the people that we're interacting with, more times than not, are not real. So we need to detach ourselves. Okay, don't let these folks rage bait you and drain your time. It's not worth it. All right, y'all. So we're gonna briefly react to this story. So this was one of the ladies that survives the Tulsa race massacre. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because oftentimes what we'll hear whenever we have honest conversations about race or racism or anything like that, people will often deflect to, well, it was so long ago. It was so long ago. Understand, she just passed away. And this was the Tulsa race massacre. So I say this to just put it into perspective. These things did not happen that long ago. Our perception of time is warped all the way to hell. Okay? So, and F. Obama, you guys already know how I feel about him. After his whole drinking the water, right? Drinking the water of Flint, Michigan, and laughing in the faces of all the black people that live there. Not just black, but, they made it a black issue. Laughing at them. I'm drinking the water. The water's fine. Even though still to this day, they don't have clean water. Still to this day, they don't have clean water. But he was playing in their face. I just bring this story up to say, rest in peace to this woman, but also that these things are not that far removed. So we have to understand that while we do have agency in the things that we do, 1000%, we also have to understand this wasn't that long ago. Stop letting people gaslight you into thinking that race issues, very in your face, because I think we still have a lot of racism going on. It's more insidious and it's coming from different places. But, you know, the in your face racism, we're not that far removed from it. Because like we can see, this woman, she just passed away. And this was the Tulsa race massacre. Just passed away. So let's just keep that in mind. But rest in peace. Rest in peace. And then hopefully, you know, her family, they got to spend time with her beforehand and all of that. Now let's go ahead, and this will be the last thing I kind of react to for today, because I got to get ready. Okay, we're going over for Thanksgiving. We are going over for Thanksgiving, so I gotta get up out of here. Okay, I gotta go be with my family. I gotta go touch grass. This was a story from Washington, D.C. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Tonight, a 12-year-old girl arrested, accused of committing multiple robberies. Fox 5's Shamari Stone has the details from Northeast.
Tonight, people are stunned that the robbery suspect is just 12 years old. One of those robberies happening right here near the Noma Gallaudet U New York Avenue Metro Station. Riders tell me as they get off trains that they can't believe that the suspect is 12 years old. Let's roll some video to show you more about these robberies. Police say the 12-year-old and a group of juveniles were out here on the 200 block of M Street Northeast trying to steal someone's bike, but snatching their groceries instead and running away around 7:45 last Wednesday night. Around just 20 minutes later, someone is riding a scooter on the Metropolitan Branch Trail near the 1300 block of 2nd Street Northeast. Detectives say the 12-year-old girl and a group of juveniles grabbed the rider's book bag, stealing the scooter and a cell phone. And then this past Sunday, that's when police tracked down one of the suspects, that 12-year-old girl, charging her with all the robberies. People who live in the neighborhood are shocked that the suspect is so young.
God, where her mother at? Where this little girl mother at?
Okay. 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 We gotta. When you start seeing this clip go around, understand this is where it came from. The story's not funny, but my God, they know who to interview. Let's be so for real. These news stations, they know exactly who the hell to interview. Cause what the fuck is this?
God, where her mother at? Where this little girl mother at? Where they role models at? Where's the adults? That's the question we all trying to figure out.
It's a sad.
He knew he was getting clipped. He knew he was getting clipped. Look at that face right at the end. He knew he was getting clipped. He knew he was getting clipped, you guys. He was ready. He was ready to become a meme. Let's be so for real here. But getting into the story, this goes back to what I've been saying. We talk about them little bastards that were attacking the woman. These parents are not taking the time to actually raise their kids. Why is your child out here, 12 years old, robbing folks? Why is she out here robbing folks? Who are these little hood rat hoodlums? Okay, who are these little hood rat hoodlums that she's hanging out with where they're going around robbing folks? These parents don't give a damn. And I wouldn't be surprised if her parents also had records. I would not be surprised. It's either, you know, they just are so neglectful. Hoodlat. Anyways, Justin always catches me when I do those little slips of the tongue and I accidentally combine words and stuff. He does it too. But y'all don't see him doing it because he's not online recording himself as he's talking. So his gets to slip under the radar. Okay? But you know, a lot of these parents, they are not taking the time to actually raise their children. They don't give a damn. Or they are raising their children, but they're raising them to be hoodlums just like them. That's essentially what's happening. And it's unfortunate because where could these children be if they actually had a proper upbringing? Now, a proper upbringing isn't going to 100% guarantee. It's not. But I bet you a lot of these situations would be much better, right? Would be much better. These kids would be better behaved if they have parents who actually put foot to ass to make sure that their child was not out here running the streets, that their child was focused on their education. I wouldn't be surprised if this little 12-year-old girl couldn't read at grade level. I would not be surprised. We put too much emphasis on things that don't matter as opposed to things that do matter. It's unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate. And I blame the parents first. Absolutely. I blame the parents first because guess what? You are their first role model. You are the first person that they're coming in contact with. You are the first person. You are the barrier between them and the rest of us. And you are not making sure, right? You are not making sure that Jesse's so silly. DeAndre said, hoodlum, hood rat, hood lad. Right. So, what we need to understand is that these kids are not just getting these behaviors out of nowhere. The parents are the first role model. They are the ones who are supposed to set their child up to succeed. But unfortunately, that's not what happens. Unfortunately, either they're neglectful, just across the board neglectful, or they're actually teaching their children to be hood demons. And it's unfortunate. It absolutely is unfortunate. And the only way I see this problem really correcting itself is if we remove the cancer. And I've said this before. We got to remove the cancer from the community. And then, only then, can we truly start to heal. It's like y'all want to, and I'm not talking about y'all, but it's like we want to try to throw resources at something, but we haven't cut the actual disease out. You haven't removed the disease, so it's going to continue to spread. And that's the problem. Okay? That's the part. So that's just something we have to keep in mind. Now, how we go about cutting the cancer out. One suggestion that I had was label these little gangs, label them as domestic terrorists, and let the military do what the military need to do. That's one suggestion. I know some people got pushed back from that. I'm personally on the side of get them out the paint because they're terrorizing the rest of everybody else. And the reason why a lot of people, they're struggling within these systems because they're living in literal war zones. How are you going to meet your full potential if you are living in a war zone where your attention to survival is just through the roof, more so than everybody else, because you have to navigate the streets where you got gangs on every corner and they're terrorizing you. Businesses are leaving these neighborhoods. So that means jobs are leaving the neighborhoods. What does that leave? What does that leave for the people that live there? Not much. But y'all, I do want to leave on a good note. Okay, I want to leave on a good note. So, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I'm grateful for. Okay, since it's Thanksgiving, I do want to leave on a positive note. So I just want to say, shout out to Justin. I'm very grateful for you. My life has been so much better. I don't know, he might type something crazy in the comments, but he might type something crazy in the comments. I don't know. Justin liked to joke with me. Okay, Justin. Anyways, you've blessed me with 2 beautiful children, and I love this little family that we have, and I look forward to continuing to grow with you. So I'm truly grateful for, and I'm going to say this to him in private in other ways, but I'm truly grateful for you, and I don't know what my life would look like if you weren't in it. Also, I'm grateful to my babies. Oh, I'm so grateful for my babies. Like my daughter and my son, they bring me so much joy. If you're not a parent and you never really been around kids like that, or you have younger siblings, you don't have younger siblings, like the little ones, there's something so special. And it's like, for instance, my daughter, she's older now, so she's experiencing different things and like learning about different things, and it's almost like I get to experience it as if it's new all over again because of her. So her excitement of seeing things like bubbles, or her excitement of going to the aquarium and seeing the animals, or just anything, rain, going out and seeing the rain outside, like all these different things. It's like I can appreciate it more because I get to see her experience it for the first time, or experience it now that she's a little bit more aware of what's going on. So I'm very grateful to my beautiful children. I'm grateful to my wonderful son. He's so precious. He is so precious. Like I love my babies. I'm so grateful for them. They literally bring meaning to my life. You know what I mean? When you have children, it truly does give you a reason, a really strong reason to continue to push forward, to work through problems, to strive to be your best because you want to do so much for them. So it's I don't know. I feel like I don't have all the words to fully express it. Um, and then I also want to say I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for Justin's family. We have wonderful family members, and we about to go spend some time and eat some good food with half of them. And it's just the people in your life. That's goals. Okay, being surrounded by people that you love, people that love you, being able to just laugh and have a good old funky time. Like, I'm sure we're probably going to play some board games or some, taboo or something like that when we're over the house. Like, moments like that, those are what's important. When I look back on my childhood and I think about the things that made me truly happy, it was moments like this, being with my family, being over my auntie and uncle's house, having them come over to our house, being around my grandparents. Family is literally everything we got. So don't let everyone else kind of gaslight you to think that it's material items. Now, don't get me wrong, having things, it makes life a lot easier. But at the end of the day, are you going to be sitting back 20 years from now and be smiling about, that blanket you bought or that makeup item you bought? Like, no. It's the moments that you spend with the people that you love. That's what you're going to reminisce on. That's what you're going to be focused on. So, our family, our friends, that is what I'm grateful for. Having people in my life that I can love, that have loved me, and just, embracing those moments and being grateful for them while we have them. Because life is short and it's unpredictable. We have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. We have no idea what's going to happen. Hell, I've been telling y'all, them aliens, we don't know what's going to happen with that. So hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Tell them you appreciate them. And, you may or may not have a lot right now. I know the economy is in the shitter right now. But at least you have your loved ones. And you guys can hold each other tight and get through it together. Okay? So this is what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. And I'm also grateful for y'all. Y'all been rocking with me. I really do love our live streams. It's always a good time. I've really cultivated an audience that is cool people. Like, we can get in here, we can kiki about different things going on. We can get into conspiracy theories. We can get into like literally everything. And it's always a great conversation in the chat. So I really do appreciate this. I'm going to continue to, pop in and do the live streams, and we'll kiki about the aliens when they get here. But with that being said, you guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat, have your low vibrational plates, okay? You deserve it. Eat your low vibrational plate and have that high vibrations with your family. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I will see y'all. When am I going to see y'all next? Probably Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I should be back here on Saturday. So I will see y'all then. Deuces.